Okay, so I will talk about linear equation today. Okay, linear equations with one variable. Okay, one variable. So there are two steps to solve linear equations. Essentially, two important steps, different steps. So one is addition, the other one is division. Okay, is division. So now let's look at an addition example. So x plus 3 is 5. Okay, so one way to solve this, you can think we add the opposite of this number 3, the constant term. Okay, opposite of positive 3 is negative 3, so we add negative 3 on both sides of the equation. Okay, so each time when you solve an equation, you write down the equal sign first to write down new equation. So on the left, 3 positive and 3 negative, they canceled. Positive 3 plus negative 3 is 0, so they canceled. We only have letter x. On the right hand side, we have 5 minus 3, so which is 2, right? Which is 2. Then we got x. The answer, x is 2. Okay, so this is one way to think about to solve this kind of linear equation. But the other way, so let's look at the same example. X plus 3 is 5. So the other way, so we are thinking about moving terms from one side of the equation to the other side. So this is an easier method, an easier way. Okay, so we move positive 3 from left hand side to the right hand side. So this is the equal sign. This is the left hand side of the equation. That's the right hand side of the equation. Okay, so positive 3 move from left to right. So by changing the sign of this term, so positive 3 will become a negative 3 on the right hand side. Okay, so it's gone here. So x is 5 minus 3, 2. Okay, so this step is either move or add. Okay, move or add. More examples. Okay, let's write down more examples. So let's say x minus 5 is negative 15. Okay, so solution 1, we can add the opposite of negative 5. So this is positive 5, positive 5. Always add, there's no subtraction. Okay, we use opposite of this number and then add it. Then they will cancel. Negative 5 plus positive 5 cancel. So this is x, negative 15 plus 5. 15 girls, 5 boys. So this is 10 more girls. Negative 10. We got the answer. Okay, we got the answer. So the moving method, solution 2. X minus 5 is negative 15. Okay, so we move. So first we put the equal sign. We move number term negative 5 to the right. Okay, to the right. So we got x stay on the left. Negative 15 didn't move. Negative 5 moved, so become positive 5. Okay, so when you move a term, change the sign. Move and change. So later I will only write down the move and change method. Okay, for other questions. So x is 15 girls, 5 boys again, so 10 girls. Okay, 10 girls. So this is the addition or moving step. So the second step is division step. So let's say we have 2x is 6. Okay? Yeah. So there's only one term on the left and one term on the right. You cannot move it. Okay, you cannot move it. Okay? If you move it, one side will be empty. Okay? So this one, 2 is called the multiplier of x. Of the letter x. Okay? How to solve this linear equation? 2x is 6 divided by this multiplier 2. Okay? So 2 divided by 2 canceled. 2 divided by 2 canceled. So we got x is 6 divided by 2 is 3. Okay? It's 3. So if this is negative, so this is negative 2x is 6. So what's the multiplier? This whole negative number is the multiplier of x. Okay, of x. So multiplier has the sign and the number. Okay, and the number. So it's negative 2x means negative 2 times x. So multiplier is negative 2. So divided by the multiplier. Both sides of the equation divided by the same number. So we get a new equation. -2, -2 cancelled. X on the left, 6 over -2, -3. Okay, -3. So it's addition step, move step, or division step. So now let's look at example, put them together. Okay, let's look at example, put them together. So let's say 3x plus 2 is, let's say, 8. Okay, yeah. So how many terms we have? On the left hand side, we have 2 terms. So this is the x term, and this is the number term. Okay, this is the number term. So a term has 3 parts. A term has a sign, has a number, positive, negative sign, and this number, and the letter. Okay, and the letter. So x term is positive 3x, number term is positive 2, and the other side, oh yeah, number term 8. Okay, number term 8. So step 1, move x. Sorry, move number 2, positive. Move the number term to the right hand side. Okay, so we get a new equation. 3x didn't move, 8 didn't move, only 2 moved. 2 moved, you got positive change to negative. So here is move and change. Okay, so 3x is 8 minus 2. So 3x is 6. So moving step finished. Step 2, divide. Divide by 3, divide by 3, x is 2. Okay, so we move and then divide. Okay, move and then divide. So one more example. So negative 2x plus 6 is 7. Okay, so again, this is the x term, and then that's the number term, that's another number term. Okay, number term. So first step, move the number term on the left. Okay, it's fixed. So this one go to right hand side. Move number term to the right. Okay, move number term to the right. So we got negative 2x didn't move, positive 6 moved, so it becomes negative 6. And positive 7 didn't move. Okay, so only this term, move and change. Move from left to right and change the sign from positive 6 to negative 6. And then we got negative 2x is negative 6 plus 7. 6 girls, 7 boys, so 1. Step 2, divide. Divide by what? Divide by the multiplier of x. So this is the multiplier of x. Negative 2 is not 2. Okay, it's not 2. So divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. Just canceled. We got x is negative 1/2. Okay, negative 1/2. So now let's look at the standard case of linear equation. So let's say we have 3x minus 2 is negative 2x plus 5. We have x on both sides of the equation. Okay, we have x on both sides of the equation. Okay, yeah. So now what's our moving step? Okay, you have to remember the rule of moving step. So number term, numbers move to the right. Okay, so this is the number term on the left hand side. It will be moved to the right hand side. Okay, and x terms move to the left. So what is the x term in the right hand side? Is this one. I use a triangle. Okay, because there are 2 different terms, x terms and number terms. So number terms move to the right and x terms move to the left. And then when you move them, you change the sign for these 2 terms. Okay, negative 2x moved, you got positive 2x in the left hand side. Negative 2 moved, you got positive 2 on the right hand side. Okay, so for the other 2, 3x and positive 5, you just bring them down. Okay, just bring them down. So each time when you get a new line for the linear equation, you write down the equal sign first. Okay, the left side and right hand side will be very clear. 3x plus 2x, you got 5x. 2 plus 5, you got 7. So now last step is division. Okay, so we move first and then divide. Okay, and then divide. So divide by 5, divide by 5, x is 7 over 5. Okay, yeah. So let's look at one more example. Okay, so negative 2x plus 3 is 3x minus 5. Okay, minus 5. Okay, so for my solutions, step 1, I always move numbers to the right, x terms to the left. Okay, it's fixed. Okay, it's fixed. So this number term on the left, move to the right. And this x term on the right, move to the left. Okay, so we got two new terms with opposite signs. Positive 3 here, move, you got negative 3. Positive 3x, move, you got negative 3x. Okay, so this is move and change in the middle, right? Move and change. Direction is fixed. Number go right, x term go left. Okay, so now for this negative 2x, you don't need to move it, just bring it down. Negative 5, bring down. Okay, bring down. So now what's the new equation we got? Put the equal sign first. Negative 2x and negative 3x. Okay, so this is negative 5x. Combine like terms. We combine numbers only. Okay, combine numbers only. So this is like you eat 2 apples and eat 3 more apples. So negative sign means eat. Okay, eat 2 apples. X is apples. And eat 3 more apples. What do you got? You eat 5 apples. Okay, so on the other side, so negative 3, negative 5, 5 girls, 3 girls, so it's 8 girls. Okay, 8 girls. So this is the moving step. Okay, moving step. And the second step is division. Divided by what? Divided by the multiplier of x. So this is the multiplier of x. It's not 5, it's negative 5. Divided by negative 5. So x is 8 over 5. Okay, so you don't have to change this 8 over 5 to mixed number or to decimals. Okay, or to decimals. Okay, so next question, there is the distribution step before the moving step. Okay, so it's a little bit harder. Okay, this is a little bit harder. Okay, so 60 plus 3x is 2 times negative 3 minus 4x. Okay, minus 4x. So in the beginning, you cannot move it. Why? Because on the right hand side, there's a multiplication. Okay, there's a multiplication. So what this multiplication really means? Distribution rule. Okay, it's 2 multiplications. 2 times, so 2 times negative 3, that's the first multiplication. And the second multiplication is 2 times negative 4x. Okay, so this is called distribution. We distribute number 2 to these two terms inside the parentheses on the right hand side. Okay, on the right hand side. And then nothing happened on the left. So simplify a little bit. We got negative 6 minus 8x on the right hand side. Okay, on the right hand side. So again, when you're solving the equation, you first put equal sign in the middle. Okay, equal sign in the middle. So now we can move. Okay, we have numbers on the left, and we have x term on the right. So we move them. Numbers move to the right, and then x terms move to the left. Okay, so 60 moved is become negative 60. Negative 8x moved, so it become positive 8x. Okay, so these two terms moved. So the other two terms we just bring down. Positive 3x, bring down. Negative 6, bring down. So this side we have 11x, 3 plus 8. The other side we got negative 66. 60 girls, 6 girls, so it's 66 girls. Okay, yeah. And then divide by 11, you got the answer. X is negative 6. Okay, so distribution, and then move, and then divide. Then you'll solve the question. Okay, solve the question. So it's from easier to harder, right? In the beginning, you either just move or add. You solve the question. The second case, you just divide, you solve the question. Harder case, you have to move terms, and then solve the question. Move one term, the number term, I'll move two terms. Number goes to the right, x goes to the left. So this one is a little bit harder. You have to solve the multiplication first and then move it. Okay? Yeah. One more question. Okay, one more example like this. So now let's put the distribution on the left. Okay, the distribution on the left. Let's say this is 4x minus 2. Okay, 4x minus 2. So beginning step is the distribution step. You cannot move because this is multiplication. There's a multiplication. Okay? Yeah. So 3 times 2x, 6x. 3 times 3, positive 9. Okay, so this is two multiplications. And then 4x minus 2 stay the same on the right. So now we have x term, number term, x term, number term. We can move. Okay, we can move. So now the rule, number go to right hand side and x term go to left hand side. Okay, yeah. So now let's write down the move step, right? So we move these two terms and change their sign. Positive 9, you got negative 9. Positive 4x, you got negative 4x. Okay, so 6x and negative 2, you just bring down. Okay, you just bring down. So 6x minus 4x, you got 2x. Okay, so 6 apples and then negative 4 apples means you eat 4 apples. 6 apples, you eat 4, you got 2. Okay, so some places it's called combined like terms. You just imagine x are apples, then you got the answer. Okay, positive means you have those many apples, negative means you eat. So now negative 9, negative 2. 9 grows, 2 grows, negative 11. Okay, yeah, so distribute, move, and then finally divide. Division is always the last step. Okay, last step. So number 2 cancelled. X is negative 11 over 2. Okay, negative 11 over 2. Okay, so our last question is a word question. Okay, is a word question. So we want to change this to a linear equation. Okay, so let me write down the question. So when 2 times a number is decreased by 7, the result is 9. Okay, it's 9. So use x for the letter. Okay, use x for the number. Okay, not the letter. Okay, for the number. So how can we translate this sentence to a linear equation? Okay, to a linear equation and then solve it. Okay, and then solve it. So now there are two operations in this sentence. So first there is a multiplication. Okay, so this is a multiplication. And then decreased by, this is a subtraction. Okay, this is subtraction. So now suppose we use x to represent the number. Okay, we use x for this number. So let me rewrite this sentence. Okay, yeah. So when 2 times x is decreased by 7, the result is 9. So this means equals to 9. Okay, equals to 9. So now it's more clearer, right? More clearer. We have an equal sign. Okay, equal sign. So 2 times the number is 2 times x. So what is this? This is 2x. Decreased by 7. So this means minus 7. Okay, so let me use another color. Decreased by 7 means minus 7. Okay, minus 7. And then equals to 9. And then equals to 9. Then we got a linear equation, right? So this is the linear equation we want. So solve this linear equation. So move negative 7 to the right. We got 2x is 9 plus 7, right? Negative 7 changed to positive 7. So 2x is 16. So 2x is 16 divided by 2, x is 8. Okay, x is 8. So if you're given a sentence, you can translate the sentence to a linear equation and then solve it. Okay, and then solve it. So now you are ready for the quiz 8 online. Okay, so you try all these linear equations. Okay, so again, we move terms, so move from left to right or right to left, change their sign. And then we combine like terms. Okay, combine like terms. So 2x plus 3x, you'll get 5x. A number plus a number, you get another number. And the last step is division. Okay, so this is the most important. Last step is division. Okay, divided by what? Divided by the multiplier of x. Okay, so that's it. Try quiz 8. Linear equation quiz. Online, okay? In the web work.